Ali, coming back to the animosity between the Chinese and the Americans, this is definitely not going in the direction that China would have hoped it would. Multiple balloons have been shot down, and it still continues to be a concern for the United States. The President, Joe Biden, has also commented that this is not something which the United States will take lightly. Where do you see this going?
Well, Vineet, I do not honestly see this go too far, because initially, if you remember, on 28th January, when the first balloon was spotted over the US skies, and of course, by 4th February it was shot down, and the size of 3 buses. And so and initially China was trying to subdue it, but then they owned up. Later on, they said, no, it's not ours. US has also been sending balloons to our skies. Over 10 balloons were sent by US. Taiwan suddenly sprung up. Also, they said, no, China has been doing it on a very regular interval, and they also sent their jets to monitor this. Suddenly now the balloon war came to Ukraine and Russia, that okay, the balloons are being used in Ukraine, Russia, and suddenly the whole balloon thing came to, the blame was being set on a third unknown party known as aliens, so forth. So no one has taken the onus on it. So I don't see this dialogue, this not even a dialogue, this kind of interaction of the balloon was going too far, because at the end of the day, no proof, no result would be found. Well, the US shot the balloon over the Canada area, in fact, in the Atlantic, in fact, and the rubble fell on the frozen waters over there. So it had to be collected, analyzed, and sent for forensic testing, and then some result, some inquiry would come out from the result. But no one's going to take onus of it ultimately. So nothing is going to, I don't see anything much coming out of it, very, very frankly speaking, Vineet. Though US will try all the efforts to get into the base of the problem, but then China is going to, they're very smart, they're very sharp, they're very shrewd, they are expert at psychological warfare, information warfare. They will find their ways and means of countering it and rebutting it. So honestly speaking, I do not see anything much coming out of it, Vineet.
All right. Ali, from the Indian context, what do you think this problem means for us?
Well, Vineet, this balloon was going to escalate, and their world is going to be seeing UFOs. Earlier, we would imagine UFO to because of the Star Trek, the famous serial on television, which would come, the alien would come in spaceship, and it would be like a dish. But now UFO is anything which is unidentified. You cannot identify it, unidentified flying object. You see a balloon, you see an object, you see a satellite, you see a comet, you see a meteor, you see anything that is unidentified, is an unidentified flying object. So now it's going to give a new dimension to the image that people had of UFOs in mind earlier. So even in India, I mean, we will not be surprised. Suddenly we come out with anyone, for that matter, not just India, anyone would just say that, oh, there is an unidentified balloon spotted, there is something spotted. So now we have become the whole world, I would say, the whole world has become very, very conscious of any unidentified flying objects. And yes, we would not be surprised, in fact, if we see the violation of our airspace. I hope it doesn't happen. I really hope it doesn't happen in any form, be it balloon, be it a jet plane, be it anything. But I see that we have to be prepared for anyone violating airspace, because if a balloon can go from China, even if I give China the benefit of doubt and say, okay, as they claim to the weather balloon, even if I give them the benefit of doubt, the very fact, Vineet, it went so far, and what surprises me even further is it went undetected by so many countries, it went across continents, across the 7 seas, and thereafter over the US skies it was spotted, which China did take onus that yes, it was their balloon. So now if that could happen, which means there could be other balloons hovering over other skies of other nations, which could be perhaps going undetected somewhere. So regarding India, we should be totally prepared regarding our airspace so that it doesn't get violated by anyone. I hope it doesn't get violated by anyone.
All right. Thanks, Ali.